Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. So in today's video, I have a glam makeup tutorial for you guys, as well as a new eyeshadow palette review on the Item Beauty In My Element eyeshadow palette. Now this is an eyeshadow palette by the famous TikToker Addison Rae, so I'm super excited to be testing this out. Now I know I mentioned that it's new. I actually don't know if it's new. It's just new to me. I recently got it in a BoxyCharm package and I was really excited to try this out because I haven't tried any Item Beauty and I really want to see what it's all about. So I created this super glam look using this palette and shared my honest thoughts with you guys throughout the process. So if you're interested in knowing more about this palette and what my thoughts are, and if you're interested in knowing how I created this glam makeup look, then make sure to keep on watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Now before we jump into the tutorial, I would like to thank Rose Forever New York for collaborating with me on this portion of today's video. Rose Forever New York is a New York-based rose brand that launched in 2019. They design luxurious rose boxes with natural roses that will last for up to a year, and I honestly love them. Look how beautiful this piece is that they sent to me. It's perfect for decor. It's perfect to use when taking photos. I absolutely love it. It's definitely elevating my space. There is an enormous choice of rose colors and box shapes and materials to choose from, so if you are interested in checking out Rose Forever New York for yourselves, make sure to use my coupon code. I'll have it on the screen and also down below in the description box for you guys. Alright, so we're gonna jump right into the makeup, but before I do that, I do want to take a sip of my morning coffee. I recently got a bunch of new Nespresso pods, you guys, and I have been loving them and really enjoying them. So if you guys want me to share some new pods that I got recently, let me know and I'll definitely throw that into a vlog or into a video for you guys. So to start off, we need to prep the skin. I already went in and washed my face and I cleansed. Now I want to go in with the Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. I absolutely love this stuff for getting a really nice dewy glass finish on the face. So I'm going to be using some dewy foundation today, and I've really been loving this just under my base. And also with the winter, I feel like this is adding really nice moisture. You guys can see my lips are quite dry too, so I will be using some products to add moisture back into my lips. This is what winter does to me, so I absolutely love this product. I'm gonna go in and shake it, and I only take one pump, or just like that much on my hand. Oh, and it's dripping down my hand, great. And I'm gonna just rub that into my hands and apply that all over the face. I did recently do a review on this product, so if you're interested in knowing more about it and the benefits of it, I'll definitely have that video linked up here and also down below in the description box for you guys. Next, I want to go in with a face mist, and I'll be using the Pixi Makeup Fixing Mist. This is the rose water and green tea one. I absolutely love this stuff. It has great stuff in it for your skin. And I just love it as a base. It smells so good and it feels so good on the face. So while that's drying up, I want to add some product to my lips. You guys can see they're very small and they're very dry. A product that I love to really add hydration back into my lips and to just bring the life back into my lips is the Lip Injection Lip Glosses by Too Faced. There are a bunch of different types. Right now I have the Too Faced Lip Injection Maximum Plump one. They all work well, you guys, so any of them is great. So I'm just gonna apply this on my lips, and we're gonna take this off later. We're just gonna keep this on while we work through the face. I'm gonna jump into color correcting. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury color corrector in the shade 2. Just gonna go in with my finger and grab the product and apply it onto areas where I have hyperpigmentation or any darkness. So that's gonna be really under my eyes and just around my mouth and on any little acne scarring that I have. Next, I wanna move on to my foundation. I do wanna point out my lips. You guys can see they are slowly transforming. I absolutely love that gloss. You guys definitely need to try it if you're looking for a really moisturized and plumping lip gloss. That stuff is bomb.com. Definitely try it out. So next up, I'll be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, and this is the dewy one. So next up, I want to go in and prime my lids. You want to go in with any matte concealer. I'll be using the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, and then setting my lids in place with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Alright, I'm super excited to be jumping into the eyeshadow palette by Item Beauty. It's the In My Element eyeshadow palette. I'm excited because this palette is by Addison Rae, like I mentioned, and I have not tried a single Item Beauty product, so I'm excited to give this a shot and share my honest opinion with you guys. I'm gonna start off with the shade Zenith. I did just take it on my brush and it was like instant crumbs, instant powder just kind of going all over the place. So I do have to tap this off. Alright, so it is taking a second for the product to show on my lids. I will say it's blending very effortlessly. It's just pigment that I'm having trouble with. This color is more peachy and orangey rather than tan. Like on the pan it looks quite tan, but on my face it's looking very warm and peachy. Next up, I really want to jump in to this beautiful shade called Moonstar. But first, I want to go in and cut my crease just so I can pack on that shimmer onto my lids. So I'm going back in with the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm going to put some just on my palm, and I'm going to take my Morphe. This is the M410 brush. It's a nice flat brush, and I'm gonna go in and just trace out my lids. So I'm grabbing the shade Moonstar on a Morphe M124 flat brush, and I'm just going to start packing that onto the inner portion of the lid. This eyeshadow as well is quite crummy, and it is taking a moment to show up on the lids, but you just have to keep on going in, keep on packing it, and you can see that it's starting to really pop on the lids. I want to go in with my finger with Moonstar and just pack that on the lids. Oh yeah, that is going on a lot better. I want to test out another shimmer just to see how that one performs, and I think I want to grab this one right here. This is in the shade Stellar. It's kind of showing up with the brush. I think I'm going to use my finger because we had good results doing that. So we're going to do our finger. Oh yeah, see that huge pop on the lids? Oh, that is stunning. I think the quality of this one is a lot better than the first shimmer. Next, I want to go in with the shade Interstellar. This shade is also very powdery and crummy. I'm going to apply this onto the outer portion of the lids. So we are starting to see a trend with these eyeshadows. They're very powdery, very crummy. I am happy though with the middle shimmer that I applied, Stellar. So I think there are some good shades in here. And I know that some of the shades we were struggling with pigment, especially the crease shade, but you just have to keep building it up, and they do work well together. Like as I'm adding shades to my eyes, they're not working against each other. I've had eyeshadow palettes like that. They're really working together to come as one. Like this shade right here actually has really nice pigment. You guys can see I didn't even dip back into the palette. So this is a really good shade, and I love how it's nicely kind of adding dimension and smoking out the eyes. Going back in with the crease shade Zenith, I just want to blend out the crease because I feel like it kind of disappeared, and I just want to make sure the edges aren't harsh. I want everything to be nice and blend it out. Next up, I want to take the shade Starship. This is also a very crummy shade, but let's see how it performs on the eyes. I'm gonna add this to the outer corners for more dimension. This is definitely very pigmented. You guys can see. I really like this color. Using the blending brush we used for Interstellar, I'm just going to buff out the outer corner so it's not so harsh. Just kind of drag the color up like that onto the crease. We're gonna take a break from the eyes, work on the face a little bit, and then go back in and wrap up the eyes. Overall, I think my eyes are looking pretty good. I like how the eyeshadows work together. There was obviously some issues along the way that I shared with you guys, so keep those in mind if you are trying to decide if you want to try this palette or purchase it yourself. But we are making it work on this channel, so I am pleased. So I want to go in and conceal my face, and I'll be using the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. I love this concealer because it has a lot of hydration in it, so it's perfect for the winter. It's perfect if you have dry skin and you need that moisture, and also it's perfect for like a dewy look because of the hydration it has. So I love this stuff, and it's definitely full coverage, so you're gonna love it. It's not sheer, it's wonderful. And you could definitely use the concealer to kind of clean up the edge of your eyeshadow just like that to create a nice outer V. That looks lovely. And I'm gonna set the concealer in place with the Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I'm gonna go in and wipe away the setting powder because it's all done setting on my face. And with any excess product, I'm just going to dust that onto my cheeks because I'm going to be using powder, contour, blush, and highlight today. So I do want to set the face a little bit in place because otherwise it's going to go on patchy and we don't want that. So I just want to blend that out. I want to dust the shade Interstellar onto my lower lash line. Then I want to take the shade Starship, which is the deeper shade, and I want to just dust that onto the outer portion of the lower lash line. Next up, I'm going in with the KVD Vegan Beauty Tattoo Liner. Alright you guys, so eyes are done and they're looking super glam. I wrapped them up with some lashes and mascara, and I also touched up the eyeshadow just a little bit. I'll list the products that I used down below in the description box for you guys. But next up, I want to just wrap up my brows, and I'll be using the Benefit Give Me Brow, and this is in the shade 4, so I'm just going to brush them out. Next up, I want to contour my face, and I'll be using the HANALEI Matte Bronzer. I did get this in a BoxyCharm, and I never used it, so I'm excited to give it a shot. Wow, this is lovely. I definitely do like this product a lot. I like the tone, and I like how easily it's blending onto the face. Taking this on a eyeshadow brush, I want to contour out my nose. Gonna take a little bit of setting powder, and I'm gonna clean up the nose and just blend that out a little bit. There is some leftover concealer on here, so this is gonna help me make sure that it doesn't look so harsh. For blush, I'm going in with one of my all-time favorites. This is the shade Seduce by Tarte. The shade is pairing so beautifully with the eyes. Just a little bit on the tip of the nose and a little bit on the chin. And I'm just gonna soften that out with my brush that has a little bit of setting powder. It's gonna make sure it doesn't look so harsh. Just going to clean up the face a little bit with my setting powder and then just blend that out. For highlight, I'm going in with another favorite. This is the Fenty Hustla Baby. The glow from this highlight is honestly unmatched. I love it so much. And a little bit on the nose and Cupid's bow, of course. Just gonna press the highlight into the skin with my beauty sponge. I'm using the back of it. This is just gonna help everything melt nicely. Lastly, I want to do my lips. I'm going to be using my ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade BFF4. For lipstick, I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Power Bullet Matte Lipstick in the shade Interview. And I want to wrap up the lips with a gloss. I have the Fenty Cream Gloss in the shade Fenty Glow. Alright you guys, so the last thing I did was set my face in place with the Saint Luxe setting spray. I love this stuff to get a nice dewy finish on the face, and you guys can see I look nice and glowy and dewy. So this is the final makeup look. Now before I go in and close out the video, I do want to give you guys my final honest thoughts on the Item Beauty eyeshadow palette by Addison Rae. So as you guys know, throughout the video I shared a lot of my thoughts about the quality of the eyeshadows, and you guys know I always say that if you can make an eyeshadow palette create a glam look, then it passes the test. Because if you can create a glam look, you know you can create a more natural look, and I was able to create glam, so this definitely passes the test, and I think it's honestly overall a good palette. I do think there are better eyeshadow palettes out there, but I wouldn't completely cancel this palette. I mean, I was able to create a really beautiful look with it, so it is doable, it's workable. You just need to do some tiny little tweaks here and there, such as doing your base after doing your eyes, you know, using concealer to cut the crease so you can pack on the eyeshadow and get the best pigment. So there are little things you have to do here and there to make it work, but it's workable. So overall, I think it's a pretty decent palette. So that is pretty much it for today's makeup tutorial and eyeshadow palette review. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. All of the products that I used today on my face will be listed down below in the description box, so make sure you guys check that out. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And you guys, that is pretty much it. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!